Hello, everybody. I know our times keep changing. We will get more consistent as soon as work calms down just a little bit more. But I want to welcome you to the stream. We're going to get started here in just a moment, give people a chance to find us a little bit here. Hello. We are going to start with a quick tree farm tutorial, and then we're going to do all kinds of villagery things today. Making sure that we can get plenty of them, make them safe, get iron, because that's something we desperately need. And then we'll just kind of go from there. So let's start. This is, believe it or not, a tree farm. Looks a little janky, I know, but it works amazing. I've used it for every world I've been in. For all of your standard trees, you get enough. There's torches under here. I'll show you as we make the next cell. You get enough light that they grow 24/7 in your world, and they you won't have mobs, which is a good thing, but they're close enough together that you get a lot of wood, but you also get enough saplings to keep the process going, which is amazing. I actually got this off of this website, minecraftwonderhowto.com. They have amazing written tutorials, especially if you're a reading learner. It's a great place to go to. They have pictures, they have designs, they have all the explanations. Amazing place to spend time at for this type of situation. We are not going to have it exactly the same because I don't have enough wool yet, but let's make the next cell because it looks more complicated than it is. All right. So the original design has you put torches above ground, which is great, but I end up knocking them down when I'm cutting trees all the time. Eventually, these will change out into a light block of some sort, whatever we end up getting first ultimately, because it's not really about aesthetics, it's just about having light at this point. So probably when we head to the nether, most likely, honestly, we'll get some glow lights or shroom lights, something along those lines. Okay, so we're just gonna copy this. I like to leave 3 blocks in between my sets just for walkways, so I can put chests, whatever. So we're just literally going to copy this. When you're on the website, it gives you the step-by-step how many blocks you're going to put into each section. So really easy. 2 and then 4. Now when you're following the tutorial, you just put your lights above ground here. The slimes, the never-ending battle in here. That's one of the reasons for doing this. We're going to encase it in a build so that we have a lot less slimes messing with us here. All right, the next section is 4. And then a light. And then 5 and a slime. And then we're going to go 5 this way, so we count from this one. Lots of slime assistance. They're very helpful like that. All right, and then a light. Go find my shovel. This one is 3. I've made this so many times I have it pretty much memorized. 4. All right. And this one is 4. In normal play, I don't stress getting the dirt so much, but we need it so much in these flat worlds. You get to where you're pretty aware of where your resources are. Okay, there we Hello, you flavored. Thank you for joining. Okay, and then this one's going to be 3. If we did it right, we are in the right place. Yes. All right, so this is our frame. That's how everything looks. Now, the torches is the part that confuses everybody. It's really not as complicated as you think. If you put one torch here, and then you start counting. You're 4 spaces between each torch. So you're going to torch on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you just keep doing that through the whole thing until you have all your torches down. Oops, wrong spot. Yeah, let's see, you can count double checks. And every row, every direction is going to have at least 1, usually closer to 2 torches when it's all done. Nice. Cool. Okay, now we have all of those. And then this row here, so we started in that corner, the far corner. This is going to be our last anchor point. And this is going to go across the whole bottom here to finish out the torches. And again, the website, if you go to get the directions, has all of the step-by-steps of the counts and where everything goes. So definitely take advantage of that. I printed it out very early in my Minecraft life because it was just so useful. All right. And if you just need to check your work, just you run along, make sure that everyone has at least 1 torch, and you are good to go. So at this point, you just put in your trees. And take 61 trees, saplings, to fill this. This actually works great for most of our trees. Mangrove is hopeless on something like this. But all of your standard size trees can do this. So if you want like regular size spruce, oak, birch, dark oak doesn't work on this very well. You can put a few because there are some 4 spots, but I usually just make dark oak its own little farm. So that is how I make tree farms. And then we'll put this inside of a stone shell because, you know, I'm such a great builder, but it'll get put inside of a box so that it doesn't get all these slimes because there won't be anywhere for them to spawn. So this is a really good design for a flat world. You could potentially get some slime in this area, but adding more blocks and lighting, slabbing is a great way to prevent that too because they can't spawn on the slabs just like every other mob. And then you can make it your own. Change out your bricks. I've used stone. I've used all kinds of things for my edge designs. You can change out what you want as far as lighting sources, how you want to hide those. So all of that is an option for you as you go through the process of building a tree farm. So that's our quick and easy tree farm. Great starter farm, and it really does work for everything, including acacia, which is the word I was trying to find earlier, because acacia grows weird. But this actually gets you a lot of wood for how acacia grows. So very cool on that. And that's the end of our tree business. I just wanted to share that with you guys since I'm going to be using it quite a bit, and I wanted you to have a chance to see it before it was all encased and crazy. Oh, we have visitors. All right, so I know I wasn't going to do off screen, but we had kind of a scare with the technology and thought we had lost our world. So I did do some off screen time. So you'll see a couple little changes. We have a whole smelter palooza thing going on now. When you trade with villagers trying to get them level up, you get a lot of gear you don't want or need. So that's basically we're melting it down. And this one is making our charcoal. And we just kind of keep it going so that we have all the access to things. All right, let's dump this stuff in here. Second set now. All right. The next thing we're going to do is a really basic villager breeder. And I think I remember all the steps, so I won't have to look anything up. Hello, Guy. Thank you for coming by. All right. So our village tried to die a couple episodes ago, if y'all remember. Yeah, we have a water golem now. I don't know why he fell in there, but he can't get out. The village desperately needs help to populate and stay populated. Essentially, this whole village is going to be one giant villager breeder, is sort of the plan. I prefer my villages to be more open air in general. So that is kind of the game plan here. Now, we had made the sleeping box for villagers, and it's working pretty well. We got lots of villagers trying to do their thing. So right in the middle, we're actually going to put our breeder, so the babies just drop right into here and do happy baby things. So let's see, we're going to be about here. Yes, water golems are amazing. All right. So if we were at a different stage of the game, you'd have much more visibility. But we're not. So this is what we get. Let's see, did I bring my slabbies? Yes. Once we have glass, we can swap this out so you can see better like what's happening with the babies. All right. This is just your standard villager breeder that you've seen probably 100 times in tutorials. We have that, and then definitely not reinventing the wheel on this one. And there we go. Okay, now, see, off-screen time means I have all my stuff for my projects. This is good for something, I guess. All right. So let's get this done. Did I put it too low? I did. All right. Well, so much for my micro planning. Come on, do your job. Ah, let's go get that post. Darn it. I almost always have at least one goober when I do this, so patience is appreciated. Everything is gray, by the way, because that's the sheep we have access to the most right now. Go. Now the trapdoors will fit in here So what'll happen is our villagers will come in here and go to bed, and then they'll be trapped. They can't get out. And then we can feed them and have the babies dropping into the sleep house. So super simple design here. And the babies can fall down and the adults will not. Then we're going to clean up our little mess. And we're going to make a stairway to get up here because we need our villagers up here, but we also are going to need to feed them. So we want them up here. There we go. Alrighty. So that is for our villagers to get in. But we want to put a little bit of a protective shell on this space. And my usual preference for feeding them is actually a trapdoor in the ceiling. And you have to make sure that they can't get to any of these blocks around it. Otherwise, you will have them getting out of bed onto them, and you will have villagers everywhere, and nobody's breeding. So not ideal. So once we get them in here, this stairway and all of that's going to go away. That's probably good. Oh my goodness. I am like super hyper clicker today. All right. Skip the roof. So we can aim here. You don't actually want to throw the food right in the middle because it will just literally go down the pit. You want them to actually get it. So we're going to go right about here over one of the carpets. And this will be the feeding chamber. And then we'll get probably carrots and a chest up here, and we'll keep them going. Now, ideally, you put your nitwits in here because they won't take on a job, so you're not losing that resource. And they actually do breed quite well, so you don't have to worry about that. It's one of the few things they do well in the game. And then in the end, we'll just take what we get at this point as far as who's going to come up here to sleep. Make it nice and safe. All right, way too much torch spam, but that's okay. Now, in order to get these guys to come up here to sleep tonight, we have to get rid of some beds. And then as soon as we have 2 takers, put the beds back. I think this will be the right amount. All right. So now we wait for nighttime. And then this is where the babies will come in and just hop on a bed. in the meantime, we have been trading with these guys a little bit, just trying to get things built up. We have stick trades and string and feathers, which are all super helpful with our different farms we have going on. And also the mop farm actually added 2 more layers, so it's a total of 3, just because it wasn't super fast, which was fine for me as far as playing, but I thought was really boring for you folks to have to watch. So we did climb it up a little bit, and it's super fast now. So just wanted to show that off, and I didn't realize how close to sunset we were, so let's get these guys tucking in. And I need to eat. I am the worst about eating. Oh, yay, we already have 2 takers. Let's get everybody else tucked in. We'll make this pretty later. In fact, we have a lot of takers. We got 1 sleeping. We need 1 more of you guys. Who is smart enough to do the job? Anybody at all? Change this to a slab. I think that'll help them be smart. I mean, I'm not holding my breath, but do we have 2 now? Nope, we still have 1. Come on. You can do it. Anybody. Perfect. And we have 2. All right. Oops. Not slabbies. So we just got to frame this so that they don't wake up on here. I need more. Oh no. Because they will get up and hop out on there. So we don't want that. We want them tucking in. Oop. Go put the rest of the beds down. That should help these other guys get out of the way. And then we'll finish the wall before we run out of night. Yes, lots of beds. Go pick one, please. Okay. Wrong tool. Fall down, please. Thank you. All right, he'll go find somewhere else to sleep. And we get this wall done. We are on day 3. That can't be right, actually. So what happened? We probably get about 5 to 6 days in a stream. What happened was that we actually had lunar crash and had to restart everything, so our day counts are off. So this would be day 3 on this run. But luckily we were able to recover our world. I was really afraid we'd be starting over today. So I'm very happy that that is not the case. All right. And we won't have villager escapees come morning, which is great. Nothing will come and eat them either. And this is kind of a long staircase, so it's going to wrap around. It really is just for our use, although golems will occasionally decide they just have to have something to do with it. You really need to go away, dude. He will move as soon as day comes and goes to chat and work and whatever, so he's just going to have insomnia tonight. And yes, I know there's a little gap underneath. It is not going to do any harm. Nothing can get in there. You're all good. All right, almost done with this piece. And then we're going to take out all the other stuff we don't need, just to minimize those spawn points. We want to keep them safe. I guess that worked. Not really the plan, but I guess it works. Okay, here we go. So now they're encased, nice and safe. And we wrap to here. Go. That worked almost like I did it on purpose. All right, now we should have some nice and safe villagers. We are good. Next step, we need to get the chest and the food, and then we will be in the villager making business. All right, Eddie. Your tree farm's starting to go. Now, when we put the roof on it, we are going to put these trees at 8 high. That way we don't get the giant trees, just to save the hassle of trying to climb them to do stuff. So that will be on the agenda when we get to that kind of building part. But watching me put blocks, it's not the most fun when it's just another square. You guys have seen all my squares at this point, so let's see here. I have more carrots up here, I'm sure. Helps if you look in the right place. All right. So previously, the villagers have been breeding with a variety of things, so it's going to take a little while for them to get some of that out of their system, as far as pairing off and using up the resources. Mostly I was trying to use bread, so it shouldn't take too long, but they're going to be on a total carrot diet now. And we can see this in action in just a moment because they're going to wake up. Now, you can throw food at them when they're in bed. They will wake up to go get it, which is crazy, but they will. So you see how it's landing right there on that carpet. Then they'll be able to get up and get it. I should have enough down to wake them up on purpose, but that will get them access to it. Sometimes, depending on where they pop up to stand, we might have to adjust things a little bit. So we will see. There you go. Now we have villagers in here ready to breed. My aim is horrible. And you guys are in the wrong spot. What did I do wrong? Let me think. Yeah, throw the carrots on the ground. That's brilliant. Trapdoors come out, I think. I did something wrong here. Because no, that shouldn't be. Maybe because they were standing on the fence post. Okay, I confused myself here. I don't think so. They're just gonna fall in there. All right, hold please. Let me go figure out what I did wrong. I'll be right back. 1 second. Okay. Know what we did wrong? Our beds are too low. So let's do some really fast refashioning. We were right. We just weren't right. Yeah. I'll get you guys back up here in a minute. So slabs before beds. That's what we got wrong. Okay. And then the fence post goes on the slab. And it all makes so much more sense now. And the bed is they're up like that. All right, look at all the stuff I dropped. All right. Okay. Crafting bench 542 because we're good at things. I think it's only like the 4th one so far in this world, but there will be more. There will always be more. Right, here we go. And then always do that. Just remember to reset our spawn. Then need one more fence post. Sorry, I know this is riveting watching me fix my mistakes, but you know, it's part of the process. It's part of the game. Figuring things out. Listening to villagers be really smart. Come on, do the job. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now they can stand on that, be in the right place. Now let's get them up here where they want to be anyway, apparently. That there. Really, kid? The kamikaze kid here. He really, really wants to jump on this bed to a ridiculous degree. Let's see if he can get up now. Sadly, our Fletcher is going to be one of our breeders, but that's okay. Come on, go up. You can do this, child. Really? Just going to stare at each other. Go up. You do that. Will you get up here? There you go. Yep, go bounce on the bed. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Where are these opening? Okay. Yep, go that way. Go that way. Thank you. And so when this worked correctly, they will fall in the hole there and go down to village land. So that was super complicated to do what we should have done the first time, but we got it done. And we're kind of stuck here because if we make an exit, the villagers will follow us. So now we just wait for nighttime again, basically. And I don't know if I can see out the trapdoor. Yeah, still very sunshiny. So yeah, this is entertainment. But the whole idea here being that with the villager breeder, we will have the babies dropping down into the village automatically. It's a little bit of a long drop, but they'll be fine. And then we'll just keep stocking up the little dormitory there. And then we'll make village areas for each of the professions. So the breeder will just keep going like all the time whenever we want to feed them. I have not found a way that is effective, like redstone wise to auto feed these guys. So it's just one of those chores that you have, you know, Minecraft, you have chores that you have to do, chopping trees, harvesting animals, etc. So this is just one of those. But the flip side of that is that when you do start getting all the villagers you need, you don't get completely overwhelmed with the different things happening. So you can kind of control it to a certain degree, which is a good thing. Gotta be getting close to the end of the day because that took me way too long. I don't know who I originally got this design from. I know it was a YouTube tutorial. I've seen a whole bunch of them around with different things. So I don't know who to refer you to for this specific design. But definitely look around on YouTube. There's quite a few different people have this villager breeder here. I've just been doing it for so long, I have no idea who it was anymore. Same's going to go for the iron farm, actually. It's a pretty standard starter iron farm. A lot of people want to do these big fancy ones with zombies and all of that. I'm pretty basic. I need iron in quantity, but I don't need it so much that I want to play with chasing zombies around to make all of that happen. So next thing we'll be doing is a nice, simple iron farm. Just uses a little bit of lava and water, and you put your villagers in there and they sleep, and it's all very good. So we will explore that as soon as these guys tuck in for the night, which they are choosing to take forever. It's funny how Minecraft days go so fast when you're working on a project, and then when you're just waiting around for them, to end the day, it seems like it takes forever. Flat World is very unique, the things that we are challenged with. Because we don't have access to ores and digging and all of that. We also don't really have the natural spawns that you would expect. It is technically the same as a traditional overworld. However, because it's flat, they show up differently in application. So that's where the challenges come in on a flat world version. All right, there we go. They are now tucked in. We will check on them again in the morning. But for now, they are good there. Probably should put in a door for real at some point, but that's a tomorrow us problem. And then in here, make sure we have lots of beds. Everybody has beds. All right, it's like we need to make some more beds right away, actually, which is great. This is a good problem to have in a village. Let's go see if we can shear some more friends. This is why everything is gray. Because we have one gray sheep to work with right now. Hello, sheep. What is wrong with you? Lag, I guess. Okay. Let's here. We're gonna sleep the night just to be on the safe side. And we'll go double check on those guys. Make sure everybody's where they're supposed to be. And then we can check this off of our list. Around and around and around we go. Everybody where they're supposed to be. Yes, much better. Thank you. All right, we're going to leave them alone for now. Since obviously we have enough villagers if we don't have enough beds. We're going to let that alone. Perfect. Now, next problem is going to be where to put an iron farm. You don't want to move this a bunch. Like, it's one thing if you have to move certain farms, but iron farms are going to be a pain and a half to move. You have to make sure there's nowhere they can spawn nearby. And so you have to think kind of long term what your plans are going to be. Eventually, a lot of our starter stuff is going to go away, but I'm kind of thinking over in this area, 'cause we're going to have our tree farm. This can be kind of a little bit of an industrial sort of area. So I think right in here is where I'm thinking we're going to put it just to keep it safe and running. You can put it in your spawn chunk because it'll run all the time. It's definitely an option. We opted for the mob farm there. I could technically put it underneath, but you run into issues with height. So you don't want to have that becoming a huge issue for you. Let's get our stuff here. All right. Sounds of slime. It's like the standard background noise for a flat world. All right, so for me anyway, the iron farm and the villager breeder are kind of the cornerstones of our village. We're going to work around those two places. So this, we're going to go up 8. Now, you need a 5x5 platform. Lots of different ways to approach this. I tend to just make it free off of this because then that'll become my staircase for the villagers. And then I'll just rip it out. So I don't have to worry about breaking my farm when I do that. It'll make more sense as you see it come together here. And again, I like to have glass, but we're not going to have access to glass, so it's okay. Put that there, and then we're going to put 2 high wall around here. This is where our villagers are going to stay. And I know we've been working on leveling up some of our villagers. We are going to lose some just like our Fletcher to this process. But once it's all done is when we can get for real with getting our villagers in place. All right, so first bed is going to be literally in the doorway. And that's on purpose. And then you're going to have 1, 2, and 3 across here. Now, the placement of the beds matters because villagers are weird. I mean, I guess we all kind of are. You don't necessarily want to be snuggling with people you don't know. So the heads have to be separated. Like this is okay with them all together, but if you had this head and this head next to each other, the beds won't get used. It's a villager thing. You just work with it. All right. Then the next layer has to be stone because we're going to have lava and things involved. So let's go up. If I want to make this taller, but I don't think so. We're just putting down a layer of brick. I made the pretty bricks for us today. All right. Now, okay, so in the design you're going to find online, it's going to have this corner tore out. Okay. And you're going to have a chest right here and then hoppers to the chest. I prefer to eventually have a hopper line going down to the ground so I don't have to keep climbing up here to get my iron. So I do it a little bit different. I have my chest there. And then we're just going to feed hoppers into it. So for the way that I do it, you need 4 instead of 3 hoppers for the designs that you see online. So that's the main difference I've made on this. And then as time goes on and we have more iron, this will eventually come all the way down to the ground. All right, now's the super fun part where we get stuck. We are going to make a mess, apparently. A 3 high wall all the way around. Now, to get out of here, you're going to have to put in a block. You need to be careful where you put that because your opposite corners are going to have your water and your lava. So this is lava, this is going to be water. So we want to make sure that we put our escape route over here. You usually just need the one because you can stand on the wall. There we go. All right. Next step, we're going to trap some lava. Water mechanics, lava mechanics are a little odd with Minecraft. It won't cook your signs for no apparent reason. So we're going to have 2 signs just like that going up and then offset by 1 in that corner. And then on the opposite side, you want another one in the top. I think I put that in the wrong place because that's where my lava goes. Okay. This is how you build things wrong. And then you're going to put your lava in here. Now you have a nice little lava spot that they can stand in. But how do we get them there? With water. We're going to drop water into this corner. Not like that. Push the button only once. My mouse is super sensitive today for some reason. Sometimes you get lucky and you get that block back. Sometimes you don't. So don't use a block you actually care about getting back. But there we go. This is basically farm done. Now we just need the people in the farm. So to do that, we gotta make our little ladders better. I want to pull this guy out just to give them the headspace they need to get in here. And then we're gonna make stairs. Hello, cat. I'm lazy. I don't feel like doing all that parkoury mess. This is how we do janky stairs. Wow. Can I misplace bricks for you guys today? This is just how to misplace bricks session. There we go. All right. Now our Goombas can get in here. And we are all good. If you break any more than just this one, you will have water and whatnot in there. So just a heads up. And right on time, let's come in here and kick some people out of bed. Anybody unassigned here that we can kick out of bed? And it actually does not matter if they're grown-ups or kids or whatever that go in there because they will eventually grow up on their own. Let's see. We need 5 villagers in there. It has to become a village. So, really, dude, you're gonna go in the wall. Ay, ay, ay. That's ultimately our goal here, is to get 5 villagers to bother coming into our weird little bed area. And it is not the easiest, let me tell you. So, we play Bed Wars with villagers. Come on. Yes, you like the bed. Thank you, Gollum. Look, you like this bed too. Oops, go upstairs to the other bed. We get at least 2, we can breed up the rest. We're good. Come on. You guys can do it. You can do it. All right. This trick kind of works sometimes. You end up with some broken villagers, though. There we go. Look, it's a bed. You like beds. You don't get to sleep in it, though. There's more beds. Yes. Go enjoy more beds. Ugh, villagers, the worst. Click. There we go. Nope. Really? Go up there. Girls are bad. You're gonna make me do this, aren't you? You're gonna get water in your bed. There we go. In. Go sleep. Will you go now? Please? Pretty please? You villagers are the worst. You know that? You're all the worst. Here we go. Why are you not going to bed? Well, I guess I can make this taller. This should have been right. I'm saying that a lot today. That should have been right. We can work with it, though. So for anybody who missed a step, we're going to do it all again, because it was so much fun the first time. How many ways can I mess up my stream? All right. We got this, right? We can do this? Yeah. Oop. Not too much reworking, at least. But it's not worth fighting stubborn villagers for. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing. Let's fix these. Oops. Mechanics are weird in Minecraft. I I don't want to find out the hard way. I just cooked all my villagers. We just had so much fun putting in. Do you know when I keep saying I'm not a builder? You guys are getting full demonstration of that today. Oh goodness, stuff I've made so many times and I still mess it up. But we're learning. We're learning together. We are going to make this happen. And it will be good. All right, let's get this back. All right, just need to go one more layer here. All right, let's see if we saved enough signs. Looks promising. Hooray. Why does this look wrong? I don't think it is though. But it is. What is wrong? Oh my gosh. I did something bad. Oh, that was really bad, actually. Falling in here with them is not a good thing. Let's see if we can escape without losing villagers. Go away, nerd. Oh, my precious blocks. Ow. Oh no. There's another hole in the ground for us. Thanks for killing dirt. That's great. Okay. We will get this. We will get this done, I promise. This will happen. I just have to be smarter than an iron farm. I can do that, right? Oh, dude. You are in the way of my life. Go away now. Go away. Thank you. Really? Zombies. One I'm going to be eaten to death with a potato. That's brilliant. I'm too distracted trying to build at night. Nighttime building is bad. There is nothing else to distract mobs from coming in a flat world. There's no caves for them to hide in. You don't realize just how many mobs you actually get in a world until you played on a flat world and see just seas of bad guys everywhere. All right. You gotta go, dude. Seriously. I have things to do. All right. So this is going to be fun to recreate. Oops, wrong floor. Okay. Yeah, skellies. Man, they feel the need to shoot absolutely everything in the world 100 million times. All right. I'm thinking again. I know, it's dangerous. It'll be okay. I think I actually want to take this up one higher. Bye, Hopper. Yes, okay, this looks better. Trying to build by memorization when you're not a builder is special. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Good, good, good. Now, for right now, every time we want to get something from the iron farm, we have to actually pillar up, which is annoying at the moment, but it will be okay. Because like I said, we're going to expand it, make it amazing. You go there. I have no idea why this is a thing. That should be there. Now I'm second guessing everything I do. Okay, that is right. Hooray, we got one right. Now we put the water in. Ta-da! Okay, now when we get golems, they will be mush. And the hoppers are working, hooray. Now, we must feed these fools to make more people. So I guess we'll just come in here, empty our pockets a little bit, grab some tots. Wow, the creeper holes. Tell ya, creeper holes everywhere. Now there is one method some people use to deal with the mob issues, is to flood everything, basically turn everything to an ocean. So yeah, that's a thing. If you're inclined. Why are we lagging so bad? Open. Weird, okay. I'm having strange system issues with our game. So I appreciate your patience while we navigate this. Apparently we can't eat a potato. Oh my goodness. What is happening? Okay, let's see if we can make this better. Give me 1 second. All right. Haha, whoa. Everything's happening now. All right. Let's see if this just isn't doing too much. Let's just empty our pockets here a little bit. Actually, I'll keep those so when I figure out I goofed it up again. That, those. Okay. Okay. We do get there. Not always pretty, but we get there. All right. Let's actually do right here. Hello, people. Have children. All right. And then as soon as we get to 5, which is going to take another day of feeding, then we'll start getting iron golems. Probably everywhere because we still have the staircase there. So we'll fix that in a second. All right, let's empty our pockets a little bit here. That, done with those and that. We're gonna make our ladder. Let's make another bed now. All right. So you have to make sure there's nothing around that's spawnable, otherwise you're gonna get golems everywhere. So now that we don't need the stairs for villagers, theoretically, I'm capable of using a ladder, and that is a theory because I'm not good at it. We can take all this out. And let's see. Yeah, this is the place I want it. If you have access to resources, glass is great because they won't spawn on it. And we're just gonna leave this for a short time while we get all of our villagers, and then that'll all come down. And then we'll just pillar up every single time we come to get the chest, which is annoying, but it'll fix itself over time. Munchkin City, love it. All right, so now we have our access point here. Let's do a little proactive lighting because torch spam is our friend at the moment, even though I hate it. All right. Now let's come in here and fix things up because we've made a bit of a hash of things in here. But that is done. There we go. Because there's 4 beds at the villager breeder, they're going to always think there's room for more. So we're going to have to monitor making sure there actually is space for everybody that we have trying to bunk in here. All right. Nice, nice. Hello, welcome back. All right. So we have our 2 key places around villagers going. Let's go fill in the creeper hole of the day. Goodness, because I will fall in this 100 times. And there we go. Safer for me and for all the golems because, yeah, that was fun. All right. Now, we kind of see who we have left and what their jobs are because this is where we're going to actually really start our village, is with these guys that remain. And I'm trying to decide what to start with because if we can get our cleric to actually get a job, which means all the others have to get done first, we can get redstone. And I don't need very much redstone. We're just talking about powered rails here. Nether gets us gold, of course. So we have no lava anymore after our issue last week, and then we used for our iron farm. So at this point, you kind of have choices. You can go adventuring again, trying to find lava once again so that you can get restocked. Wandering traders hopefully will come up with dripstone soon so that we can get a lava farm going. Lava works different than water. You can't use the same trick to get sources, so it is a mess to deal with. We're getting water from the rain, which is great. I don't know why we need it, but we have it. All right. All right. Farm done. Did I get wheat? No. All right. So we need to go get wheat and feed up the animals so we can get some more wool. We need beds for these guys. My front door is trapped. Probably should sleep because I don't want to play tag with the phantoms right now either. We're not that buff at the moment to take on dangers we don't need to. All right. Is there wheat in here? Not much. Need to do farm stuff. Oh yeah, I'd switch that around. My bad. Let's just go upstairs. World's jankiest food storage. Okay. Let's go feed some animals. And we've done it enough that they actually are giving us products now, which is exciting. Very noisy in here. All right. So once you get to this point, you can just crouch so that you can feed them, and then you can see the particles and the sound effects of them passing. Now, sometimes you can't get them all from one spot, so you kind of want to go around. Doesn't matter which direction you go, honestly, but they'll clump up, and then as you move, they'll spread out, so you can get access to more of them to make sure all the little critters get fed. I'm so bad at feeding myself in these games. All right. Get experience from this too. Ironically, the one thing you don't struggle for is experience in a flat world. Because slimes are everywhere and they give you tons of experience. It's nice to have the mob grinder XP farm for drops and experience because then you can just go to one spot and not stress it. Like if you're trying to heal up here. But there's experience absolutely everywhere and everything you do with animals and mobs and slime. Just slime is a constant thing in your life. So yeah, don't stress experience too much. It's good to get those drops early on if you can, but it's not critical in the experience department. The chickens are crazy. So when we were trying to get our chickens built up, I threw an egg, and it was a 4-hatch egg. And baby chickens went everywhere. So there's actually chickens in some of the other mob spaces. They will eventually get killed on their own just because as you get new babies, an adult dies. And it just kind of goes through rotation. So eventually there won't be chickens in the wrong spot. But we get a lot of eggs. It's very productive in the egg department. And so yeah, that's why you're going to find eggs in other places that you don't expect them to be. And we have a couple beds worth here, so actually let's do that. But yeah, you'll find eggs everywhere in here right now. I think this is the only one that doesn't have a chicken. So yeah, that happened. It does fix itself over time, but don't be, when you're doing your own version of that, don't be upset if you get a spare wrong animal. It does eventually fix itself. So don't worry too much. All right, let's go empty out all these eggs. Plop them in there for now. So much slime, always slime. We're done with that. Some beds. And we finally got another color to make a bed with. Hooray! All right. Now, your villager town, villager hall, everybody has a little bit different approach to it, what they prefer things to be set up as. We're going to build a bunch of stuff, but it's all going to be wood, and it will eventually get swapped out for other things over time. So don't worry about all the oak everywhere, because there's oak everywhere all the time. But it will get fixed up over time, I promise. I like to do kind of a mall sort of look to things, so that you have a shop for each type of villager, essentially. And then behind it, I can do redstone farms and things, and then I can just go there and I know all my stuff is in one place for that particular type of product, essentially. So let's see, who do we want to start with? I think we'll go over here in this area. You need space to do these kinds of things if you're going to put redstone behind them. So how about like here-ish? You actually end up with multiple villages too, by the way. So we'll end up needing to get more bells and things like that because they're so spread out that they don't register each other. Okay. I guess maybe I should put the door here so it's on the same line as the bunkhouse. So that works. Let's do a little framing here. Do we have a wandering trader? We have a wandering trader. Hooray! What do you have? Yes, please. Thank you. I love alliums, but I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna get one piece of ice in case we need it for later. Oh, I want the allium so much, but so be it. We're gonna behave. We're gonna deal with this guy. All right, thank you. Golem. All right, so okay, wandering traders have the potential to spawn every 5 hours in your game. And this is true for any standard vanilla Minecraft game. Now, it doesn't mean they always spawn every 5 game hours, but that's the tick on them is for trying. So you want to keep your emeralds going in a flat world always, because you just don't know when they're going to show up. And you want to be able to have enough to make things happen. So I am going to go in here and see if we have house guests. I can trade for 1. Yikes. Okay. Trying to see if I had any more iron. We have an iron trade with one of our guys. Our stick guy is gone now. We have to wait till we get new people for that. Let me see what we have upstairs. So I'd really like to get at least one more of these dark oak saplings. Oh, yes. I thought we had more. Because it'd be lovely to have some other colors in our world. I mean, the green's great. Don't get me wrong. It's very lovely green. But it'd be nice to have some other options. Thank you. And let's see what you get. Efficiency 2, a diamond hoe. Okay. We might actually do that. Because we're going to have a lot of farming to do. There we go. Hooray. Would it be good? I'm not going to take the flowers. We don't need flowers right now. I really like alliums. They're really hard to find, even in regular world. All right. We'll let those grow, and then still thinking on how we want our villagers to be. So I'm still kind of like mapping that out in my head. Let's drop these things off. Get some more wood. And then our project boxes have some stone. Can't remember if I reset my spawn. Oh, it's almost night anyway. Hello, Aki. Thank you so much for coming. Hooray. All right. So let's ponder. I kind of would like to get our Fletchers going because that's our best source of money. But we're out of villagers. So I guess we can just set this up as like a Fletchery place for our first one. This is our like entrance, so it doesn't have to be huge for Fletchers. There's not a lot of automation you can do for Fletchers as far as well, I'm glad you're here to bother me. I appreciate the bothering. Hopefully Jamie had a good stream. All right, let's get this out of the way. All right. I have tried to make fancy doors for villagers and they can't figure them out. It confuses them to pieces. So you just have to keep it basic. I don't know why they're not smart enough to figure it out. This is going to be wider. This is going to be our mall entrance. All right, so we'll just plop that there. Oh dear. Spleefing on other streams. That always ends in something interesting. All right. And as usual, you guys are pretty used to me killing buildings now. That's what you do in a flat world. Get this out of the way. I'll tear this building down off stream. You guys don't have to watch me murder more buildings, honest. At least it's not wood, right, guys? Because, you know, we've really enjoyed all the wood opportunity we've had lately. One corner here. And then I really am hoping for some windows at some point soon, so we can get some light and color into things. Also working on sheep so we can get some color. But right now, this is our world. It is very bland. You know, things are going very bland when you're excited to have stone. Yes, destroyer of worlds. I destroy flat worlds very efficiently. Alrighty. Boring, I know. But it's done. And we need to throw some light up here. Some of it's my lack of ability to build, some of it's our lack of resources at the moment. So we're working on it. We're going to get there. All right, so we have a little Fletcher house. And then we'll just start bringing them around. This one has to stay because we don't have Silk Touch yet. So here's hoping soon. Actually, I can take this door out. For some reason, the doors confuse them to choose it. Yes, absolutely. How would we say that? Efficiently? Efficiently? Yeah. We'll just stumble all over that and sound like we're smart for a minute. Yay, dark oak. More colors. All right. Get this going. Of course, you're going to be a super duper tall one. Now, you can have the 8 high ceiling to prevent that on dark oak also. It might take them a little bit longer to spawn for you, but you can keep them at a more manageable height if that's something that you're fighting with in your world. All right. Here's hoping for saplings. It's always nerve-wracking in a flat world when you use all of something because you don't know if the wandering critter is going to come back, if they're going to have it. He's locked out right now, so he can't get more, even if it happens while he's here. So, yeah. It's a little nerve-wracking. Once you start getting a base going, though, of whatever the item is in question, then you're good to go. But you make farms for everything, so you have quantity of anything that you have. Because if you lose your stock, it's gone forever. The odds of the wandering trader bringing it back are pretty slim. Yes. Happy noises. I am doing well. How are you today? All right, so we kind of want to hang here and let these guys do their things. So we're going to change gears just for a little bit and work on our walls here so that those can keep despawning and we can babysit. So again, the 3-way walkways I just prefer for everything. Welcome back. All right, here we go. We're just going to frame this. Okay, counting. All right, we're actually going to do 4 of these little slats just in case we actually get some other flavors of wood along the way. So we'll make this a pretty big space for framing out, but this will be our tree farm forever for our standard trees. And then we'll do an add-on for the tall guys. Now, when you want to do your tall trees, you want at least 22 blocks in height. They can get huge. So you have to decide how huge you're willing for them to be. which is kind of cool with doing this design because you can make that choice. Like if I only want them to be 18 tall max, I can make my ceiling appropriate for that. So you just have to decide what you want. Jungle will grow shorter, but they're hard to get to do that. Mangrove are a space hog. So I usually just grow them outside of a farm because it's not worth trying to mush them in. However, trick with mangrove, if you plant your propagals close, they actually will have their wood somewhat clumped up to make it easier to gather. The drop rate for propagals is way lower when you do that, so you have to kind of alternate back and forth um, between going for seeds and going for wood. All right, we are on our way. Yes, more. Very good. All right. Starting mischief, are we? Not letting people talk. Oh, goodness, that's funny. Okay. See if we get any more. Nope. Okay. Cool. We'll let those get going. All right. Back over here. Let's see. Masons are going to be another one we don't really have farms for, so we can keep them kind of in this general size space. I think I want more than the archers, though. Archers, I'm not a big archery person. I'm not really hung up on shooting things. So I don't need a lot of space for them. But the masons are going to be our source of not wood and stone blocks. So we're going to give them a fair bit more space. And then that is just going to be, we're just going to jump right off of this for our clerics as it happens. So we'll just leave that. And I'll remember to eat for a change. Lots of ugly flat, I know. You guys come here to see all the best squares and rectangles. As we get more blocks, I promise I will make this less gross. We just don't have them right now. Cool. Sorry, thought I saw another wandering treasure. Which would be amazing, except I have no emeralds right now, so it's probably okay. Alright. Janky roof, but these are just kind of starter houses for all of our villagers. Get going here. And part of the reason we're doing flat floors is we're actually going to put a second floor as like an apartment for the villagers that go here. So it'll make more sense as we go. But they'll have like living spaces above, and then that's when we'll worry about like peaked roofs and things like that. So just bear with me. It's a process. I'm told by other builders it's the ugly stage, and you just have to work through it. And we're definitely having that. All right. Of course, we're short, like just a couple. That's okay. We'll go get more. Sorry you guys had problems on Jamie's stream with people being inappropriate. I think it happens on all streams. Everybody tests it. I prefer to keep things a little more PG too, so I definitely understand that battle of just trying to keep things going the right direction. All right. Oh, I should sleep. Cook some zombies. All right. We'll finish these walls real quick, and then we got to do some farming because we need crops to get more villagers. We need to feed these guys. Or none of this is going to matter if we don't have people to put in them. Definitely want to see your crazy messages later. That sounds fun. All right. Missed a hole. All right. Some light in here. Yeah, this is like super weird. That's okay. Kind of like weird though. This is a box with character. All right. Nice. Let's get our masons a moving. Reset. Wrong way. Alrighty. There's a good chance all of this will change along the way, but for now, get that going. Want to make like enough space to make it pretty and whatnot later, so I think that'll be good. All right. So crop swap out here, and then we'll go to our little farm. I think farm villagers are going to be very soon. I really want a cleric so that we can get redstone so that I can have auto farming. I am not a fan of farming. It's not the worst thing, but it's not my favorite. Especially when you can make a villager do it for you. Why do it yourself? All right. And then pretty soon here we will start tearing down mess and making our area look better in general. Go up here and get some more weed seeds. I was doing crop rotation to get more stuff of some of the others so that we could let them go. As mentioned previously, I'd like to have a couple of stacks of each flavor of crop. That way we can get good farms going and not worry about having starters. Almost there. And then we'll go feed all the villagers again so that we can get the production going again. And then we'll feed animals again. And then I want to show you guys the mob grinder. We built it, but we didn't really get to spend time at it. I've lit up the area, so we're good at night also. If you don't do good lighting, you will find that your production rates are dramatically different between night and day, literally, because you'll get those spawns all over outside during the night. So just do yourself the favor and do a lot of lighting to make sure that the area is spawn proof as much as possible. All right. Very nice, very nice. I have food in here that needs to go up, probably. There's so much stuff. I have housekeeping to do. All right. I miss my auto sorter so much right now. Not too much in the way of carrots, so I guess the villagers live on potatoes for now. Works. Okay. The challenge when you're using a lot of crops for one thing, the next thing you know, you're out. And like we were talking about, if you lose it, it's gone forever on here. So you really have to inventory management in Flat World. It's just part of the deal, sadly. But I like the challenge of it. I like the resource management piece when you're trying to fight that particular fight. Hello, villagers. I totally would live off potatoes. Absolutely. I would be quite happy to live off of potatoes. All right. There we go. Problem solved. Thank you very much. Okay, so they're going. So we should start getting iron golems there any old time now. Which actually means I should be tearing this down. Because we had 4. Oh, we did. Okay. So now we'll have to pillar up until we get enough iron to make the hoppers to get it down to the ground. That'll be okay. In the meantime, let's get some more villagers. We want all these jobs taken. Over crazy ladder land. Hello, villagers. You like potatoes. Enjoy potatoes. All right, I'm just gonna chuck those in there for the moment. Let them do their thing. Oh. All right. So I want to show you guys Mob Farm and how it's doing. One of our weaponsmiths actually does a trade for a halfway decent sword. So I have one over here in an item frame just for when we're here so that we don't accidentally break it, lose it, all of those fun things. All right. Squid are us, always. But you can see, this was before I did the expansion, and I was only here for a few minutes after. And our chests are getting nice and full already. So I love it. Hello. Now this sword has sharpness 2 and unbreaking 2 on it, so it should last us quite a while as we go through this process of developing the area. But we're getting just lots of activity. I really like the drop rates that we're getting. especially just for a single player world, you don't need crazy, but you want it coming enough that you're not standing here twiddling your thumbs forever. But even without doing anything to improve our drops while we stand here, we're getting pretty reasonable rates. Now, you have one of these, and a lot of people build these because it's old school stuff. This actually breaks into several chunks. So easy peasy, just run around in a circle underneath it so that you're loading all of these chunks and it's just gets more activity. I don't know why it works, it just does. But then within a couple of seconds, you'll start getting more spawns upstairs, and then it just takes them a little while to get down here. But that can break up the monotony of AFKing partly too, and help you get your spawn rates up if you're in a hurry. So give that a try. Yeah, we're doing really good here with our drops, and I just wanted to show you guys that it was working. And like I said, we're getting kind of everything in quantity. All of our signs will be glowing because that's what we have. We don't have a lot of things for color in this world yet, so that's going to be our play. Did want to grab some bones. Do some bone meal. Because we're going to find out what's in this areas for flowers. Because that would be a great multitask. And sadly, this is a bad area for flowers. Oh. Well, that was underwhelming. But we'll get them because it's color. We'll just try different areas. It would have been nice if this had been something really good, because then we could just do that while we AFK. To let the drops come in. I am okay with the short grass. Hate the tall grass. So just, you'll see me murdering it anytime I see it. I really hate the tall grasses. That's our inventory full now. And then this just lives here so that it can hang out. All right, well, I think that's going to do it, folks. We got a lot done today. We got our villagers moving along. We're going to kind of a little start on our starter mall. I promise you guys, it's all starter. We will get more color. We will get real roofs. It's all going to get better for sure. It will. But in the meantime, I hope that you guys have a fabulous day, and we will play again next week. See you soon.